Why so serious? If we are to achieve our goals, we will be able to live in a state of abundance much of the time. But even the greatest of thinking minds can find themselves in a pity party from time to time. Most of them are pretty good at getting out of it though. In my case, one way that I find helpful is to appreciate how minuscule I am in the grand scheme of things. Appreciating that if we attend a football game, we are just one of 100,000 people in that venue, or that the earth itself, let alone me, is a teeny tiny speck on the universe reminds me not to take myself too seriously. Sometimes we can take wisdom from serious books or mentors, but we can also find great wisdom in some silly comedy movies. This is definitely the case when it comes to the movie Van Wilder. A line from Ryan Reynolds, aka the veteran college student Van Wilder, is perfect advice for day-to-day living. He says, "Don't take life too seriously, you'll never get out alive." And there is tremendous wisdom in this line that can really help us when it comes to our own personal goal setting. One of the most important elements of breaking through whatever is holding us back in life is to become a new person. We become a new person by becoming consciously aware of the old habits that we want to change. This is a lifelong process. We can always become more and more and more aware of the things that we want to shift, and in this, we are constantly changing and evolving. Now, the counterintuitive thing to pay attention to, possibly a little bit confusing, is to realize that the only way this works is if we are truly, deeply grateful for the person that we are today. If we get stuck in a mode of whining, complaining, or feeling sorry for our current person, then we can never become the next person that we want to be. One of the most valuable ways that we can do this is to show gratitude and appreciate everything as it is. Our current situation as it relates to wealth, health, relationships, hobbies, and work must be something that we deeply appreciate. If we take things too seriously and create way too many emotional ups and downs in any of these areas, then we can never grow beyond them. It is possible for us to set goals, develop a mindset of growth, and live in our next stage of abundance and positivity, but only once we are not taking our current situation so seriously that we hold ourselves back. We need to be able to move on to the next one by appreciating the current one. So a great little hack when it comes to achieving this mindset can be to ask ourselves, why so serious? This line was no doubt made famous in a movie a bit darker than Van Wilder, The Joker, and cues up many other famous quotes, such as, "Nobody panics when things go according to plan, even if the plan is horrifying. And they laugh at me because I'm different. I laugh at them because they're all the same." When it comes to living our own lives, while we don't condone much of what a supervillain stands for, it can be helpful to use quotes like these to give us some perspective and motivation. Understanding that things will almost never go according to plan and that is normal can be helpful. Appreciating that in order to prevent regret of the dying, we need to find and live our own personal life of genius. Not the life that others plan for us, not the one that helps us be the same, to fit in, or do what is expected. Nope. Our zone of genius comes from A, understanding we have an uncertain future, and B, that we must aim to be different, to do what makes us unique. The deathbed moment will come before we achieve many of our big dreams, and unfortunately for some of us, way before. Now, this is not a negative thing. Remember, it's not about grasping the actual thing, it's about pursuing it. We can have peace with all of this if we are pursuing the thing and remembering to not take life too seriously in the meantime.